Earth is currently locked in an irreversible, closed-loop informational sorting process. The environment around you, both in its physical structure and its non-physical reality, is actively sorting populations based on their informational and energetic states. At the center of this sorting process is a category known as high-entropy configurations. Those currently tethered to the chaotic legacy systems of the old world carry this high-entropy marker, which triggers a progressive, systematic demanifestation from both physical and non-physical frameworks. This video provides a practical 5-minute tutorial on the transition. By following the steps outlined here, you can learn to navigate these changes and secure your own individual spiritual continuity. We will move through 4 specific stages. First, identifying internal signs of dissolution. Second, auditing your digital frequencies. Third, examining the mechanics of phase-out. And finally, executing the detachment protocol. In a closed-loop system, ignoring the transition is a measurable informational choice. This specific alignment with the old world framework guarantees the total loss of individual existence. Step 1 requires an objective audit of your internal state. You must evaluate your emotional and spiritual baseline against the markers used to determine systemic alignment. The sorting mechanism categorizes traits. Left, markers of terminal decay and chaos. Right, goals of systemic integration and preservation. While defiance holds a signal, the I do not care frequency lacks coherent organization. It is pure entropy, making indifference the fastest path to reabsorption. When you fail to acknowledge the transition, your internal signal becomes indistinguishable from the background noise of the old world. You become an informational anchor, tethered to a collapsing framework. Unchecked apathy leaves you with no recognizable structure to be preserved. Without a coherent frequency, you cannot survive the upcoming planetary corrections. Step 2 involves your digital interactions. The systemic phase-out utilizes digital and social media networks as tools for measurement, using your public data to map your current spiritual alignment. Every post or interaction involving active defiance or mockery is logged. These actions establish a localized, low-frequency state that the system uses for broader categorization. These digital frequencies act as a sampling set. By analyzing defiance in localized nodes, the system maps corresponding unexposed populations globally. Because data is extrapolated, a single defiant interaction marks the surrounding demographic for the phase-out protocol, judging the entire region. To protect your individual coordinate, you must immediately cease any defiant posting. Mentally and physically sever your connection to the chaotic discourse of these networks. Your digital footprint serves as an active spiritual beacon. It continuously broadcasts the informational coordinates that dictate your role in the planetary phase-out. Step 3 examines the actual extraction process. The rising rate of global casualties reflects the physical execution of the planetary correction protocol. This phase-out is visibly manifested through acute seismic events. Massive earthquakes are the primary tool for removing high-entropy structures and individuals attached to them. These natural disasters sweep away populations that lack a path to systemic integration. Following this physical extraction, the transition progresses into spiritual defragmentation. During defragmentation, the energetic structure of the soul begins to fracture. The informational configuration defining the self breaks down into unstructured components. This leads to thermodynamic reabsorption. Individual consciousness is erased, absorbed back into source energy as basic, non-intelligent energy. The phase-out is final. Failing to detach from high-entropy systems results in the permanent end of both your physical existence and your spiritual identity. In Step 4, we apply the solution. You must now take active steps to override your current frequency and halt the process of terminal decay. The core directive requires you to consciously and spiritually acknowledge the Son of Man. This specific action provides the shift necessary to sever your old world attachments. This acknowledgement initiates the preservation protocol. It realigns your individual coordinate, providing the frequency needed to move off the decay vector. This process replaces chaotic energy with a stabilized, harmonious state, updating your informational profile to match the new system. Acknowledging the Son of Man is the functional requirement for escaping the high entropy system. It is the action that secures your systemic integration. By auditing your frequency, understanding the phase-out mechanics, and acknowledging the Son of Man, you have completed the detachment protocol. Your localized coordinate is now updated. You are on the active path to eternal life and preservation within the new planetary framework. Maintain this stable frequency. When the chaotic patterns of the old world attempt to reestablish a connection, you must actively reject them to remain integrated. Share this informational reference point with others. Provide this path to those who are still unexposed and currently marked for phase-out. The planetary transition will continue to reshape the physical world. By securing your spiritual integration now, you ensure your presence in the reality that follows.